special place in your heart for this situation right here. And in some cases, it can cause people to react and do things that they normally wouldn't do because they love this particular thing so much. And our former president is one of those people that he had fanatics about him, and they feel a certain way about him, and they willing to go to war or do different things in support of him, and that's amazing, man. You know, and here's another issue people don't realize. When you have hood fanatics, now you got youngsters in hoods that are fanatical about their hood. And there is a law on the books. If a OG can pump up some youngsters to go do some work, the youngsters and the OG go to the penitentiary. Are you aware of that? Ain't nobody got to tell you do nothing. They tried it back in the day with Tupac. Somebody was playing Tupac's music and did a drive-by. They tried to inadvertently leak Tupac to that situation based on that same law. So you can actually pump up people so high to get them to go do something. That's pretty much the basis of one of Trump's cases right now. He pumped up his base so hard, they ran up in the Capitol trying to overthrow the election allegedly. Okay, let's put that out there. But we all know what's happening. So yeah, Doc, it's the same mindset. People get so in love with something they don't want to have done. They don't want to see nobody say anything against it.
Yeah. And fan, don't get it twisted, people. Fan can also be a bad thing. They could also hate you and still be a fan. You ever see that Wesley Snipes movie, The Fan from the 90s? That was a great
kidnapped his kid.
Movie. Some of my biggest fans hate me. Yeah.
You know what? See, you got to have a couple of haters. Haters is the new jewelry, okay? Haters is the new chain. It's the new diamond ring. It's the new Bentley, okay? If you got the right amount of haters, it's a status symbol. If you're doing if you ain't got no haters, you come on, man. You ain't doing so. I got a couple of haters. I got a couple of them. Okay?
Oh yeah, sure.
I welcome them. I love them. I like to piss them off too by doing more shit. Anyway, go ahead, Doc.
Same here. Shout out. Let's read a couple comments. Shout out to OG Steve earlier. He said, Dusty, there are street dudes who go through a mid to late 30s identity crisis that started acting the same way they did when they were 15 and reckless. Yeah. I don't get that. I don't get that at all.
Chuck D.
Art Chavez. Oh, go ahead.
Chuck D talked about this whole mindset of a lot of guys who are in their 30s and damn near 40s. They call it like for lack of a better word, a retarded maturity. And they want to hold on to their immaturity so long that they don't want to develop. And they make babies, they do all kind of stuff, but they still want to do the same thing they did when they were kids. And at some point in time, you got to migrate from that, dude, and go on and get your man draws on. Put your big boy draws on and, do your thing and figure it out for yourself. Everybody else did.
Yeah. Let's move on to the next story, Lonzo. Now, I know we mentioned we're going to stay in the niggaverse for a little while, and this is probably the queen of the niggaverse right now. I'm going to go ahead and give her her crown, put it on her imaginary head. Let me give one to the little baby on her belly. I know we mentioned Sexxy Red a lot, but parents today, and I use the term parents loosely, never cease to amaze me, Lonzo. We talked about last week where the kids were dancing in the class, shake that ass for Drake, shake that ass for me, make your coochie breathe. Well, the mother went viral this past week for playing a Sexxy Red song, F My Baby Daddy. We all know what F means, F My Baby Daddy, in front of her baby daddy while her kids sang along right next to her. Is this generation doomed, dog?
They got problems, man. I didn't see that one, Doc. That's disturbing, dude. That's very disturbing. You got your kids, you and your kids have created a fuck the baby daddy choir, okay, in front of the baby daddy. Dude, that's some low life stuff right there, man. That's low life, man. he may not be the best daddy in the world, but any man to look at his kids in the face and say that it got to touch that dude, man. That got to hurt. It got to hit that dude. Your mom, your kids.
For real, that would hurt me.
Dude, that's one thing for your baby mama, because kid, guys and girls, baby mama, baby daddies, they always see things differently. Okay, been happening since the beginning of time. But when your kids are singing a song too, come on, man. And your mama's encouraging you to sing some shit like that, dude. That dude gonna need therapy. He gonna need to talk to somebody. I wish I could get him on this podcast. I wish I can get him on the show. I know he got something to talk about. But what kind of woman would do that, man? Just again, that's the internet. She gonna go viral for that, man. She gonna get some plays, get some likes, some views, good comments. And one thing I learned about the internet before we started doing our show, I took a internet class, okay, and they talked about how no matter what, it could be a thumbs up, a thumbs down, a comment, or whatever the case may be, is all part of the algorithm. It's all plus. It's all the plus. There's no negative. There's no negative in the algorithm department. So anything you do to get some reaction out of people, that means somebody took time to click, whether it be a thumbs up, thumbs down, or type in a comment. And they use that as information or data to move sponsors, to promote the sponsors. So all that's the problem with the internet. There's no reward for being good. There's no detriment for being negative. It's all the same algorithms. It's just that once you get to a certain point, and you can make and most people, I hate to say this, a lot of people don't have the wherewithal to create any really good content in some cases. So they have to go for the gut bucket. They got to go for the slime life to make it work for them. And a lot of people dwell in that low life situation so that they can, be relevant on the internet.
Yeah. It's the new drug. And it's, I bet if they did some sort of psychological test, there's endorphins and things like that are connected when you see likes and views and things like that.
Yeah, it does trigger endorphins. It's a scientific fact. Part of my class, they talked about that. People get addicted to the attention they get from their family, friends, and people who follow them, and they do what they do to keep that those endorphins flying, man.
Damn, dude. I have another story.